Welcome back on the Watch Nerd. On this video, we're going to go to Hunt for Steel. We're going to look at stainless steel pieces from two boutiques, just try to find them anyway, and look at their inventory. Before we hop into the footage, I just want to keep reminding you of my Chanel chain giveaway. I'm going to be giving out the Chanel chain for completely free. If you want to be entered, it will be when we hit 1,000 subscribers. There's the 4 steps in the description below.
Now, first flipping ourselves around, I'm going to tell you some stories in the middle of here, but yes, you did hear the title right. Let's talk about this first because this is 2 Oyster Perpetuals I found on my journey this time. And that's not it. I found one sport model, I should say, Yachtmaster, but we'll get to that. But look at what's in front of us right here. In the back, yes, you are seeing them stainless steel 41 millimeter Rolex. These are Datejust, of course, but still in the Datejust form, these are pretty hot watches. I'm surprised they stay even in two-toned, little lesser extent. But as you can see, look at that. That's a Jubilee, and the Jubilee now has factory diamonds. It's a blue, but the other one, I believe, silver. It's more of a silver dial, and that one has no factory diamonds. So these are pretty much entry level, not including the Oyster Perpetual line. And then the two-tone, of course, increases in price depending on the dial and the diamonds. Now, this is the precious metal case here, and it's just beautiful. It really is. All these pieces, though, I've shown them off before. Just want to show you just slightly. And these typically you can pick up at an AD. Some of the day dates are pretty hot, though, and you can actually pick it up, but it's pretty cool. These all are for sale, but of course, they still didn't pick up that other day date with that special turquoise dial, but I didn't put that in because you could watch my previous one. But just showing you off the precious metal case here. Now this is it. So there's the women's, of course, version on the side. I believe that's the 37, and that's the 40, and that's the two-tone. So I go to the AD all the time. They know really my budget. This is a very expensive piece. I believe it's in the 17 range. Because of the gold. It's not, extremely expensive in the Rolex collection, but it is definitely not entry level. This is a step above entry level. And it's beautiful in rose gold. I really do like that combination. But I did notice that in person you can tell a little bit more because these are just pictures. But that crown there, yes, that is a stainless steel crown on the 40. And maybe it was just a play on the light, but that was the strangest thing to me. I do have to go through the book. I do have to check on that if that really does come with a stainless steel crown, because I found that very, very interesting and a little puzzling. I was, wondering why that thing came with a stainless steel crown when it's a 40 millimeter two-tone sport model. So I will check into that, and I will in a future video, hopefully maybe this week actually, I'll go into it and talk through the Rolex 2020 to 2021 book, because the new releases are coming out. So I might go through the catalog now and then do a prediction video. But tell me in the comments down below, is that something you would like to see? There it is. So this is the 31. This is the exact same one from last week, and they pulled it out for me last time, and they had to check the list in order to give it to the next person because this AD does follow a list. Very nice official dealer and everything. And they were telling me, yeah, they checked the list for 31 Oyster Perpetuals, and there was requests for this particular watch, but not in the green variant dial. And I thought that was very interesting. Maybe the women that want to get on the waiting list for this piece don't like green. I would love to know in the comments down below, what are your theories? Why did nobody ask for this watch on the waiting list? So this is actually in the case right now. At the case. It's been a couple days since I've been there. Talking over the video, but this was at the case for a week. Like I came there, it was from Saturday they had this watch to, Saturday, and it was crazy, and it's still there. As far as I know, it could have been, bought in the last 2 days, but it's beautiful. The light doesn't really give it justice here, but it is a fantastic dial, and this is the only version with one stick all the way around. The 36 is the only other Stella colors, in the 41, of course. But this is the only one that's one stick, just a little too small for men, but it's a great piece for a woman, especially entry level Rolex, one of the best, I think. I think it's 30 or no 5100, something like that, or a little more than that. But that's what it is about. Great piece though, honestly. And it's not even like it's unbelievable to walk into an AD and get that. It's just incredible. And this is not the only Oyster Perpetual we will see today. There's one coming up, and it's just crazy to me. Just utterly insane that these watches are so hot. I believe even in this variant, it is going over retail. So if you comment down below, why didn't you pick it up and flip it? Of course, I do not want to get on the AD's bad list because it's just not something I want to do, and it's not really what I want to do is make money off of these pieces and go out and flip them. I'm in for the long game, and especially this particular piece is not for me. It's just too small, but I think it's really great for a woman or just anybody who likes a smaller piece. This is a woman's piece, though. I will not tell you. I get it online. People say 34. They say it's a man. Typically I say 36 and above is more collectible for Rolex, but this is a different story. I get it. This is really cool. 34s are collectible too, special dials, but 36 is when you get into the game. Like, that's really the size that is perfect. I love 36. I know a lot of collectors in Rolex love 36 too. 34 is great entry level too, but 31's just a little too small for most men, anyway, that I talk to. But it is just look at it. It's an OP at retail, and it's a stellar color. It's not like it's a bland and a boring color. It's a stellar color at an official dealer, no waiting list. Unbelievable. But now let's head to the second piece. So this is the start of the second official dealer. That same platinum there. That's the same pearl, and the woman's. It's all the same here. But I just want to show you they put all the day dates in one case, and it's kind of a cool shot. A lot of money in this case. It's really one of the most expensive pieces, especially that's rose gold on that day date. I believe that's rose gold, yeah. And that is a pearl dial. That is the most expensive dial except for meteorite, but that's factory diamond too. Meteorite is the most expensive dial, but in a date just form, that is the most expensive dial. And they were telling me at the other official dealer, not this one, but how expensive really the pearls are, because you cannot request a pearl dial and have it come out like the book. Each one is different. You just got to get what you get, and don't throw a fit, basically, because they each one comes out magnificently, and it's just a fun, and it's unique with Rolex capacity to make thousands and thousands of watches. When you buy one like this, they're not all the same. It's just very cool. Now let's play Where's Waldo? So where is this Oyster Perpetual? I'm only joking, but they all look pretty similar in the case. If you do look closer, you can see all the Cyclopses, except on that blue, but I did get a closer shot, so don't worry. So there it is. So this is the blue dial, 34 millimeters, and you can actually have an argument that a man could buy this watch. I get it. Some people with skinnier wrists, it's not my particular taste. Yes, I get it if it's a dress watch. I just bought a Bulova recently, 35, 34 millimeters, and it's fantastic. It's not even the Oyster case because the Oyster case makes it feel bigger. It's different. When you have a Rolex at 34 millimeters, it feels like a 36 almost in every other piece just because of the bulkiness and everything that surrounds this piece. The way the Oyster case sits is it's different from any other piece that you could really do. So it's hard to compare Rolex to another brand, but that is just, it's more like a bigger piece. So I guess, yeah, a man could wear this piece, but it's beautiful. Look at that dial. And I will tell you a little bit of facts. This particular size, it's 34 millimeters. They do not have the special dials. They only have them in 31 millimeters, 36, and the 41, of course, because that's the big one. But the 34 and the 28 do not have the special dials. So what you get is the dark blue, as you see here. You get a black, a white, and a silver. But that silver is really beautiful because they use yellow gold. But that's it. So if you want a 34 millimeter piece, I think it's great for a woman too. I think 36 is good for a woman. But 41 is getting a little too big. Look, I get it. If a woman likes a really, really chunky piece, but it might look a little big on a woman's wrist, the 41. But I think, nowadays women wear Daytonas. And I think that's fantastic how they're getting into the bigger sizes. At the same time, Rolex, yes, they are moving up their sizes. Look at the Oyster Perpetual for one, I guess we can say it was 39. They made it 41. I think they're very smart. They're geniuses to do that because, well, if there was no hype around these watches, you would go into an AD and hopefully they would have a date just in front of them and an Oyster Perpetual. Let's say an alternate universe when Rolex is not hotter than the sun. And if somebody came in and they said, okay, so you lose the date complication, but you save a few $1,000. This is not like pocket change. This is not like under thousands and thousands you save by going without a date. I think it's cleaner. I think it's fantastic. It's not that much, depending on which variant you get of the date just. But my particular date just, and I think most people when they think about it, is that fluted bezel. That's one of my requirements, and I do like a Jubilee bracelet. So that does, up notch a little bit. I think they're around 7K, the full stainless steel pieces, and then they go a slightly up or somewhere around that price. I'm not as sharp at the prices as they are with the I should say with the Oyster Perpetuals. But it's just very interesting and it's very cool. Really, this is probably the first day I saw so much versatility in Rolex because all my other hunt for steel now the one of the first ones I came in, I saw that it was a chocolate dial, of course, that Yachtmaster, and it's yacht this time it's chocolate dial too in that two-tone with that beautiful rose gold. But I came in and I saw the two-tone Daytona. So that was a cool day too. But this is probably one of the most, I don't know, I saw two Oyster Perpetuals in one day and a Yachtmaster. So that's pretty cool. I would love to know though, which one would you pick up? Do you like the Yachtmaster? Do you like the OPs? And would you go down to that 31 millimeter size if you're a woman out there, or even maybe a guy? I don't know. It depends on your wrist size. Because originally, the 31 millimeter, it is still a date just. They call it a date just, and it's not a date. The 34 is a date, but 31 used to be a substantial size for a man. That used to be, the standard back in the 40s and that era, but times have changed. I like a legible dial, so that's probably one of my biggest reasons for not getting a small watch like that. And it's not really a dress watch, I don't consider it, but that's for another video. I'm carrying on here, but I do would love to know everything in the description below. What is your favorite Oyster Perpetual of all of them? Because it's definitely one of the coolest watches, and especially what they've done with it. But that's it. So I just want to quickly remind you about the Chanel chain giveaway in the description, the 4 steps, and we're over 30% of the way there. So I'm very excited to give that away for you guys. So make sure you are, because not all my subscribers are actually in the Chanel chain giveaway. So just follow the 4 steps and you'll automatically be entered. It's randomized through just numbers, and that's it. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one.